All right, what is going on, New York Ranger fans and hockey fans? Welcome to another edition of 407 Rangers. It is your host, Raymond Tapia. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and a comment. Turn on your notifications when I'm about to go live, upload highlights, or do a video. And if you're on the chat, feel free to hop on the chat. I will be looking at your comments and seeing what you guys are saying on the chat. And feel free to react. I will be reacting to you guys as well. So we're going to go ahead and get straight to it because, as you know, the New York Rangers, they just continue to be an abysmal. And last night showed it. And if you guys seen my short clips, you would know how frustrated and fed up I was with this game. I mean, as soon as I saw the Calgary Flames take two shots on goal and they managed to get a goal in the net with Igor, it already told me everything I was ready to see for this game. I was like, well, they shot it twice and they already got a goal. This game is not going to go for the New York Rangers if this is what we're seeing already. And I truly don't know why Igor Shesterkin got the start when you should have just gave Jonathan Quick the start. Like, I get it, you're paying Igor a lot of money, and he's supposed to be this elite goaltender, but it's like he should have gotten the rested yesterday. Realistically, he should have just rested. But the like I said, this team, I was just laughing. You can't even be mad at this team anymore. At this point, these games they give you, they're just so laughable. And you know what's crazy? I really would never thought I was to this is the day out of nowhere where I'm gonna say that Jacob Trouba's leadership might have just been better than JT Miller's right now. And we know Jacob Trouba is not a skilled player by all means. We know that. But vocally he definitely showed a lot more leadership than what we're seeing with JT Miller because JT Miller just looks checked out, man. And if you saw at one point in the period, like he was literally gasping for air. And I'm just saying to myself, this guy is not going to even be able to keep up with these younger guys. They're too fast for him. They're already like blowing by him like they're Sonic, and he's just a freaking just there. And I don't know. I don't know what JT Miller's gonna give you from here because when I saw that he was just gasping for air, I was like, I don't know if this was the right thing to do. And honestly, Vincent Trocheck should have gotten the captain over JT Miller, but it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing we can do now. JT Miller's their captain, and we're gonna have to be stuck with it. But like from there, you just like I said, Blake Coleman had two goals. Nazir Kadri scored the goal, broke Lafreniere's ankles. Like, where do you want me to start, man? Because this team, this Calgary Flames team, they were just going absolutely berserk on the New York Rangers. Even Sharganovich, he had himself a goal too, and then Bal had a goal. Like that's that's already like four different players that scored for the Calgary Flames. Not to mention Morgan Frost had an assist. Huberdeau even had an assist. Fabry had himself an assist. Like Backlund had two apples. They were just playing the way better hockey than the Rangers, just point blank. Period. And it's unfortunate because you know what, the way this direction is going with this team, it's just there's nothing happening with this team. We're more than likely going to be a top draft lottery pick this year. That's the direction this team is going. And guys, I don't like being negative or the Debbie Downer about this team. I would love to see this team do good, but you can't tell me with what they're giving you right now. It seems like false hope, and we're stuck with Drury because Dolan somehow instead of firing him in the summer, he chose to extend him. And to Drury's credit, yeah, you got out of those contracts, but now you just created yourself a whole new dumpster fire that you're gonna have to. The fire extinguisher ain't gonna work for this one. There's no telling. And I don't even know if Dolan is gonna even fire Chris Drury after the season when they missed the playoffs for the second consecutive year. Like, I truly don't know what it would take for Dolan to fire him. If you ask me, Dolan, the way he's going about the New York Rangers, he's not worried about this team. He's not. I mean, he's more focused on the New York Knicks. If you see the direction the Knicks are going and how they've been going with the playoffs, it seems like he's going to be a lot more invested with that. And at this point, the only way things change is if Dolan cleans house and there's just a whole bunch of new staff, and you got to get rid of some of the rest of those vets. Like, at this point, you might as well make this team young, because if you keep doing this method of grabbing older players that have like a NHL resume and they're good, this, that, the third, this team is not going to win anything. They're never going to know what it's like to win a cup if you just keep getting these old veteran guys and you draft all these players, you have players from the Wolfpack, and you're barely giving them anything. Like, why is Brett Berard still in Hartford? Like, if you see how the veterans are playing, how could you not call Scott Morrow up and Brett Berard, or even Gabe Perreault, for God's sakes? Like, at this point, you might as well call all three of them up from the Wolfpack and just let them get their ice time, because clearly the vets aren't going to give you what you want. And how about Will Cooley? The biggest disappointment this year. Will fucking Cooley has just been absolutely invisible. He only has 2 points. Like, where is the Will Cooley we saw last year? Because it seems like, to me, even Will Cooley looks checked out. Like, this team is checked out 2.0, but worse. That's what we're seeing right now with the New York Rangers. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me one bit if they lose to the Canucks tomorrow. One bit. It just wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the fact that the Penguins are in a better direction says a lot. The Red Wings are in a much better direction. The Mammoth, the Utah fucking Mammoth of all teams, are in a better direction. The Montreal Canadiens, they look promising. And don't even get me started with the Devils. As much as I hate the Devils, I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. They are doing way better this year. They're 8-1. And if they stay healthy, as we said before, that team can be scary. As much as I hate the Devils, I know if they're a healthy team, they're going to be scary to deal with. And if they can just do it in the playoffs, then yeah, there's a chance that they can go to the Cup this year. From what I see out the East, it can definitely be the Canes, the Panthers, or the Devils coming out of the East for the Cup this year, the way they're going about it. And it's very unfortunate that the Rangers just don't care. The Rangers don't care. The Islanders, they're going to be in a way better direction with Matthew Schaefer. Alexis Lafreniere, it's very unfortunate. I have his jersey on, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm at the point where we might just have to move on from Lafreniere. And believe me, I don't even like saying that because I'm rooting for Lafreniere, but right now, he's just not giving you what you want. I mean, that golden screen, come on, man. What was that? What was that? And at this point, you might as well see what you can get from a deal. Because while he's young and while he has value for a trade, you gotta do something. I mean, you did it with Capo Caco. You might as well do it with Lafreniere, because it seems like to me the Alexis Lafreniere project is just not working. It's backfiring. And it sucks. Believe me, it sucks. There's nothing more of a shittier feeling than seeing a player get drafted number 1 overall, and you see him play throughout the couple of seasons, and it's like, this guy's not going to be what he was supposed to be in the draft. Like, it's way past that. He was supposed to blossom into a good player by season 3. We're in season, like, what, 5, 6 with Alexis Lafreniere, and he's not the player that everyone expects him to be. And at this point, Chris Drury's got to look himself in the mirror and say, this is not working. I have to figure something out. Because otherwise, nothing's changing for the New York Rangers, unfortunately. Nothing. And trade deadline, cool. Make your moves, get your draft picks, but nothing won't be happening. At this point, you might as well just, the way it seems like they're just tanking for Gavin McKenna. That's the direction the New York Rangers look like they're going. And it's very unfortunate. This team makes me not even want to watch the hockey guy because I know for a fact the hockey guy has been ripping them. Absolutely ripping this team. And I don't blame him one bit. One single bit. I know he's got them at the panic meter. The dumpster fire is just way beyond. And like I said, I don't blame him. And Canucks fans, I feel for you. So I'll leave you guys with my final thought here because I truly don't know what more I can say or do to make you feel like this team is going to turn it around because unfortunately, I just don't see this team turning it around. It's like they're in the hamster wheel. Like you know the hamster when you got him on the hamster cage and he's doing this little exercise and he happens to go on the wheel and he's just never getting off that wheel. That's the New York Rangers right now. They're in a hamster wheel and it's just never ending. And like I said, playoffs, you're not going to the playoffs if you can't beat the Calgary Flames. You're just not. And like I said, expectations for tomorrow's game, slim to none ain't the word. It's just none to none, unfortunately. Now, will they turn it around? There's no telling. There's no telling. You can't win a game with one goal. I give Noah Laba credit for having his first NHL career goal. Kudos to that, but it didn't win the game. So you need more than one goal if you want to beat the Canucks or any other NHL team. So that's all the Rangers are going to have to do from here. At this point, just start winning games. Because if you're not going to win games, you're not going to the playoffs. You might as well just have hopes for the draft. That's where we're at with this team. And as always, Ranger fans, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. You guys didn't have to watch any other video, but you chose this one. And for that, I thank y'all. Hopefully, things just get better in the long run because right now it seems like the beginning is just about to get much more worse than what it is right now. And for that, we're just going to have to sit back and watch, unfortunately. So as always, Ranger fans, y'all have a wonderful day. Hopefully they start this week off in a better direction. No telling. No telling because it seems like the same pattern. And from there, let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. So y'all have a wonderful day.